What is up, guys? I wanted to make this video for anyone that is interested in owning a classic or just even an older car. I didn't do anything too crazy to this car, so it's something that you guys can definitely do. But I wanted to do a price breakdown of everything I've done and similar parts that you can do to your build. Let's get into it. Bring you over the desk setup right here. As you can see, I got some parts on my wall that I'm going to order, but I'll take you over to Amazon. I started ordering these parts on Amazon just because I didn't think I'd actually end up building the entire engine, but then I ended up doing that, so that's why they're on Amazon. So we'll start with the air cleaner, and then again, I'll be totaling all this up at the end. So I got the air cleaner because, again, I didn't think I would end up building the engine. It just happened. So $35, I got the air cleaner on the car. That was something that definitely needed to be done. And then I went and got the Chinese knockoff of the Edelbrock mid-rise intake. It says low-rise. I don't know. I call it a mid-rise. Then after that, we got a RPM gauge because stock the cars did not come with one. Then above that, we got a breather cap, which we ended up tossing this breather cap because we ended up going with different valve covers later on. So I will not be counting that. We got a vacuum gauge to tune the car. We got a Holley Brawler 600 carb with a vacuum secondary on the car. Then we go up. We got some valve cover gaskets, which I'm actually still running these ones to this day. I'm going to end up switching them out. This was another air cleaner because the first time I ordered it, they sent me the wrong one. Then we have our... What is this? It's a inlet for the radiator to the manifold. Then we have our carb studs because I tried to use the stock ones and they didn't end up fitting. Then above that we have our temperature gauge, which I refunded it because I didn't end up needing this. I ended up going with a electrical fan setup, and so I didn't end up needing this one. This is what I ended up going with right here, this radiator with the electric fan conversion for the Mustang. Then I got this distributor, which I ended up returning because I didn't end up liking how tall it was, and it wouldn't fit next to my air cleaner. I know there's a spacer, which I'll get to later. Then we have the clamp for it. Then we have this piece, which didn't end up fitting, so again, returned. Then we have these sleeves, which I only ended up using for about a week, and then I took them off because I just deleted my whole heater system. Then this was the wrong size, so we'll skip past that. I got the right one later on. I knew I needed this, but I didn't end up ordering it right away, so I got it. It was the throttle return spring. It's a pretty beefy setup for what I got. Then we got this hex shaft for the distributor because mine is at the bottom of the oil pan. Didn't end up needing this because borrowed a buddy's. So then we have our E Street cylinder heads, Edelbrock heads for the Mustang. Then we have our halo lights and our head bolt bushings. Then we have our head gasket, as you can see. We put these on. These are one of 3 valve covers that I put on the car. So, yeah, we ended up returning these because these were too small. My rocker arms were hitting the top. Then we have our hardened push rods. We have our belt kit, which was the wrong ones, which sucked. They're for the 302, and I needed it for the 289. We have our alignment dowel pins. We have our Monte Carlo bar. Here is the updated valve covers right here. These were the right ones because they were taller and then ended up fitting. Then we have our valve cover, PCV valve, and our breather cap. This is the right one that I ended up using. Then we got a bunch of fuses. Just replaced them all just in case. We got a little T fitting for our vacuum lines. This is the polish I used to polish the car. And I know that was a lot all at once. My hair is all over the place because I just got out of the shower. But there's still more. Ignore my dog right there. let me get to the other parts that are also on there. Here's the receipt from CJ Pony Parts for the other parts. I have a Comp Cam Magnum 280H flat tappet cam. I have a water pump, brand new cast iron water pump. I have the 289 head bolt kit from ARP, and then I don't know. Oh, water pump bolts. Duh. Then I got my Comp Cam rocker arms, 1.6 ratio, and the rest of this I didn't end up getting because I got it from Amazon. So that's what I have on the car. I'm going to include anything else right after this. Then, of course, title and registration, which I'm not going to include in this build list because it's different for everyone. Okay, so I've totaled everything up here. Let's see what the total is. $4,212. That's a lot of money, but it's still surprisingly less than I thought. I thought I was at least in the 5,000s. So that's surprising to me. There's definitely two things that are still needed for the car. Long tube headers and a 2500 stall converter for the transmission. So that might bump it a little further into the 4,000s, but that's a surprising total for me. Let me know what you guys think of this build. Let me know if you guys do something similar, and also I updated the banner on the channel, so let me know what you guys think of that. If you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe. Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.